Namaste. My name is Mitchell Rapp, and I'm here today to explain the Inconternal logo breakdown. A little bit, at least. So I kind of just wrote down the main symbols. I'm going to go over them. Starting with the ones breaking down the word Inconternal itself. So it starts with the infinity loop. Infinity relating to infinite energy, the all power of life, essence of renewable energy, self-sufficiency, and reliability. In my personal experience, I've found that having your own infinite connection to source energy is very helpful. You don't need to draw energy off of anything else. You can just tap into it and go. Bring it with you through all that you do. Which is why I start the chakra meditation that I know with the Tai Chi move like this. Tapping into the infinite energy of life, the mana. Next is the cross, the main Christian symbol. It is in here, right about here, center line, and across here. And that is a cross. So, it is a symbol often depicted to be a kind of duality of yin-yang, as there's the fallacy and yoni sort of aspect, male and female. There is an essence in the Kabbalah about the tree of life regarding the hidden symbol to being that point, that being the essence of life and the spirit of the body. So when the body perishes, the soul, spirit essence, continues on. Also, there is reference to the rising and setting of the sun on the horizon. As you know, if you've ever seen it over water or anything like that, even just on land, you'll see the beam of light and a cross formation in there. Also, many depictions of stars and such similarly. Also, that is in reference to the conditions, unconditional love concepts area of Inconternal. Next is the Ankh, the eternity symbol. So it's like the same part of the cross with the circle up top. The Ankh, not only does it look really cool, is a symbol of eternal life in the aspect of, I've heard back in Egyptian days, they actually worked with it as a mystic energy metaphysical tool of the sorts. And with the tantric energy from sexual activity, it was expressed that when the energy rush of the climax is in taking place, to envision an Ankh shape throughout your body, and it helps to anchor that energy so you can bring it with you and have more mana force, and helps with living longer, better, you don't just expel your energy out. So manifesting more focused in an attentive manner. Next is the Merkabah. I've already done a video on this channel. If you'd like to check it out, check it out. It's pretty cool. So this is what it looks like. The main shape, I've added in the flower of life here. And it is the main star tetrahedron. The star tetrahedron, female, feminine, point down, and the masculine, point up, yang. This is the strongest shape in geometry, as it is two equilateral triangles together. And part of the sacred geometry of it, something I've noticed, is when looking at the symbol itself, there are 6 points, 6 sides, and 6 crosses on the two-dimensional form. Though when you pop it up into the 3D, you can see that there are actually 888. So it kind of represents a higher octave through higher dimensional travel. And is often a shamanic light vehicle referenced in pretty much every religion, and I find it pretty cool. Next, we have the Trinity. I kind of oriented it in the symbol with the yang being part of the next one I'll get to, and the Trinity being with the yin, feminine essence, as another thing from ancient cultures, as of Egypt, often correlate femininity to be with the curve, and masculine to be more the box, straight edges, harder angles. The Trinity is something I found to be of it. I kind of orient it with the Holy Trinity as being truth, love, light, and the source at the central point. I often refer to it in my songs and lyrics. I haven't made them all yet, but they're around, you know. It is also comprised of 3 Versa Pisces, which are these things that look like eyes and petals. Cool little things in life. And that's about all I can think of on the spot for that one. So, next is the peace sign. If you notice, this is what I put as, it actually kind of worked in naturally, being part of the Merkabah star tetrahedron, bringing it to life. There's a peace sign right in the middle there. You can see that. And peace often unnecessarily is oriented to contrast of war, because without peace we usually see it as a war or destructive manner, much like how the definition of apocalypse is often seen in modern times to be chaos, destruction, instead of the original definition being an uncovering, revelation, knowing, rapturous. The Apocryphal, which was a text that was removed from the Bible, was a basic guide to the afterlife, apparently. I've been trying to find it, working on it still. Maybe get back to you on it. In the aspect of the contrast of peace and war, war being reverse of raw natural order and way of life, as RAWWAR, and the step past and still could be considered maybe a better form of peace is evolution. When you step past the false duality of peace being contrasted to war, peace is in this and in that, in relation to Buddhism, as this is this and that is that. This is not that, that is not this sort of aspect. I've also heard something about the peace sign being reference to the cross, just kind of differentiated. Also, I would have put a yin-yang in there, but I think it would have been a bit too complicated, so I'm just gonna go on to the next one. Next one being not over there. The next one being the pentagram. I didn't have this in there until the final edit before putting on there, because it's so oftenly controversial and misinterpreted to be something bad or evil when turned upside down. It also, when it is turned upside down with one right side up, it makes a 10-pointed star and is often referred to as the pinwheel. Kinda cool. So the 5-pointed star, one of the reference orientations to this is the hominoid being, as we have in the definition of humanoid: one head point, 2 legs, 2 arms, like the old pictures, you know. Also, the essence of alchemy being the 5 elements: spirit, air, earth, fire, and water. This is a common symbol of sovereignty, as having domain and control over oneself increases, as having self-control is much more beneficial than controlling over others. As in the golden rule, the way you treat another may come back to you as well. So it's better to give out the best to maybe receive a little better. Though that may be up to you. The last symbol, the halo. This is a reference to the orb, the circle, the sphere, and something I learned in some existential research. There was someone who said they were quite familiar in seeing and reading auras. One day they started to notice bars of light coming from the head, kind of pointing out from the pineal system, third eye, pineal pituitary. And they had these columns of light going about 6 inches out, side, front, side, back, up, forward, back, and contrarily. I think this has reference to the unicorn, just my own deduction and perception. And something he mentioned in that video, it's been a long time, or I would put a link to it, don't know where that is anymore. Putting your hands out like this, it's kind of working like a magnet. You can just attune, make sure those bars are bars and not just wavy messes and stagnant or distorted energy. Just go around to each spot. And it's kind of like this sort of yin-yang shape to which ones to attune with each hand. Also, I found it works pretty well with the circle in the Ankh being the ending part of what I do in the meditation that I practice, being the electromagnetic sheath and also the halo, because there's the smaller circle around the head and then the big one around the whole body. Also, to tune my Merkabah, and another reminder for the end of the meditation I do. That's why I do the snap, snap, snap before the sheath around it and the source, yin or yang. And respect to the teachers, those who've passed it on before and made this an availability and possibility in our current state of life. So that's about it for the Inconternal breakdown. I will be getting my merch line together a bit more in the next few days, getting new design, thinking about possibilities for options. Got the hats, got the mask, got the stickers, another style of hat if you like, the ball cap, curved and full, no mesh. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Another day in the beautiful nature of life. If you like this video, please like, subscribe for more content, and comment if you have any mentions to advise, anything to say, any questions, please let me know. Thank you for thank you for joining with me today. Accomplished something awesome. Much love. Namaste. Inconceivably. And it is the smay. Thank you for joining me on this journey. This has been your humble abode host.